Welcome to SNN Live. We're broadcasting from our studios here in Los Angeles, California. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and today on the program we have Richard Revelins from First AU Limited. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is FAU on the ASX. Richard, welcome to SNN Live.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on. So for our audience, let's start off with an overview of the company and then we'll go from there.
We are an Australian-based mining and exploration company with 3 projects in Western Australia.
So let's get a history of the company. When did it start and how did you develop to where you're currently at today?
Well, the company relisted on the Australian Stock Exchange in July of last year, and since that time we've been very active in the field exploring with our projects.
So let's learn a little bit more about these projects in Western Australia. Please tell me.
Well, our flagship project is the Gimlet Gold project, and it's located about 15 kilometres northwest of Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie is a major mining area in Australia. Produces about 68% of the gold from Australia. And our project is on the boundary of another company called Intamin Resources. And Intamin have been very successful in their exploration efforts.
Where's the company currently at in terms of development on your flagship project?
We're at an exploration stage. We just completed a 2,900 metre drilling program. That was reverse circulation drilling. Results were released to the market. The results were very good. We found high-grade gold, including an intersection of 3 metres, about 12.6 ounces. So we were very pleased with that. And that, along with other high-grade intersections, has given us a lot of encouragement to continue drilling in that area.
And what was the impetus to even start looking in that area?
The impetus came from a number of neighbours in the region who had had success and were developing resources. And we noticed that those structures came through their ground into our ground. And we've been following those geological sequences and drilling on those structures.
And where, in terms of, to provide some perspective in terms of gold production globally, where does Australia land on that list?
Yeah, Australia is the world's second largest gold producer. It produces around about 300 tonnes of gold a year, behind China, which is number 1. And sadly, I think America's number 4. At least we beat you at something.
So I know most of Australia might be considered a desert, but in Western Australia, where your flagship project is, are there any elephants in the area?
Well, it's certainly elephant country. Most of Australia's biggest gold mines are located in that region. It's been mined continuously for 125 years, and they've recovered over 60 million ounces of gold.
And then relative to the location of your flagship property, are there some close by?
Well, second largest gold mine in Australia is called the Super Pit, and we're about 25 kilometres away from that. So I guess if you're looking for elephants, they don't get much bigger than that.
We went through the flagship project. Tell us a little bit about the 2 projects that you also have in development.
We have 2 other projects for gold and gold and base metals, and they're based in the East Pilbara region of Western Australia also. They're at a slightly less advanced stage, but also highly prospective, and we've done a lot of work on those projects and intend to do a lot more during this field season.
And also I have to ask too, on these 2 projects, what was the impetus to go in there and look at these and develop them?
Well, there's been a big push in activity in that Pilbara region. A lot of it was created by Novo Resources, who are a Canadian company, you've probably heard of them, controlled by Sprott. And that prompted a gold rush to the area. And it happened that we have tenements adjoining those very close by, which are very prospective for gold and base metals also.
And what makes First AU unique when compared to its peers?
Well, firstly, we have 3 great projects, all advanced exploration. For a company of our size, we have a very experienced and well-credentialed management team. And compared to our peers, we've got a very low enterprise value.
And I mean, does the team that's in place in where your projects are being developed, do they have experience in developing similar projects previously?
We have an amazing exploration team led by Brian Richardson, who's very well known in Australia, and also Brett Keylor, who was responsible for some of the largest gold discoveries in Australia. And Gavin England. So he's a PhD in geology, So for a company of our size, we have a very, very well credentialed exploration team.
And then, I also have to know then as well, what's your background? I mean, how did you come into all this?
Well, my background is in investment banking. I've been involved in the mining and resources area for the last 30 years. I was previously the chairman of a company called Atlas Iron, which went on to be Australia's fourth largest iron ore producer.
And then, from what you can tell me, what are some of the company's value catalysts now moving forward?
Our main value catalysts are proving up further mineralisation to a stage where hopefully we can get some resources classified under what they call the JORC code in Australia.
And where can our audience go and find more information about First AU?
Well, our website, www.firstau.com. We are listed on the Australian Stock Exchange, so all our announcements, continuous disclosure is present on the Australian Stock Exchange.
My name is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on this SNN Live. With me again has been Richard Revelins from First AU Limited, publicly traded company. The symbol is FAU on the ASX. Richard, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.